Okay, the truck said they didn't think they'd be able to get over our little bridge. So it must be a pretty big truck because we've gotten all types of things delivered. And so we're going to meet him at the mailbox. She's in. All right. Back to the house. Okay, so in our last video, we were getting ready for a special delivery. It is here. Our Harvest Right freeze dryer came in 2 boxes. So we are going to unbox it, do our first run together. I am so excited for the possibilities that this brings. This is really going to level up our food preservation efforts. So let's get to it. Okay. So we're just going through the accessories. We get some Mylar bags. Just like a troubleshooting guide. Here are our oxygen absorbers. This looks like it probably goes to the pump. Owner's manual. Now, we got the medium, and here are the trays, and then we got an extra set of trays that was actually recommended by the person I was working with at Harvest Right, an extra set of trays. So since we only got the medium, we thought, especially during gardening season, we'll want to keep things kind of queued up and ready to go, and maybe even freeze things before we put them in there. So here's the first set. And then the second set. We won't need this today, but this is the oil filter. It's kind of like a Brita filter to filter the oil. The sealer, I'll probably store this in my food saver compartment. Yikes. Okay. And here's the vacuum. So the only thing left up there is the actual freeze dryer. So I am going to take my manual, take my guide to freeze dry, and give it a quick once over, and we'll start getting this set up. Okay, so we're going to get this all set up. It did come with just some like QA testing. One thing we noticed before we got it down here is that it had a dent in the top. It definitely did not look like that on the outside packaging, so I'm sure it's just cosmetic, but we'll want to take note about that. But other than that, everything looks so good. We're going to get it set up. One thing that we didn't, or I didn't realize, was that you had to kind of let it rest for 24 hours before you do your first run. We got bread to be able to do that. So let's get it set up. Okay, so it's been actually about 36 hours. I thought about doing it at the 24-hour mark, and Reno made a really good point that if we do it overnight, we won't be able to like keep up and watch the cycles, make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. So I have my loaf of bread here for the test run, although the impatient part of me really wants to just do regular food first. Okay, so I just took the trays out because we are going to want to fill those while it's doing its pre-freeze or whatever this cycle is called. So we're gonna press start. Cooling for 15 minutes. This is the prep time we're going to use. I'm sorry. We have all the sounds going on. We're kind of like beneath the upstairs kitchen. I can hear the dishwasher going. We have this going. But we had already yesterday, and I think we have that on camera, we kind of set some of our preferences there. So it is doing its first 15-minute kind of pre-cool. So let's get to it. Okay, so we have 4 trays full of bread. It was funny, when we bought bread, I just stopped at the dollar store when I was out. I realized we haven't bought bread in so long. Now, we usually didn't get just like this plain white bread, but we picked up a loaf just because I wasn't willing to put all of the love and energy into a homemade loaf of bread just to do a freeze dryer test. So these are ready to go. Once this gets to, so they approximate 15 minutes, but the goal is it has to get to 32 degrees. So it is at, it says 67 degrees right now, which I feel like the house is colder than that, but we'll see. Okay, now I had just gone through, organizing everything here. It looks like we have a few more items that need a home, so I'm going to try to find a place for all of these. I do think, since we don't need this oil filter for like 20 to 30 runs, I am going to keep it in the box just to make sure that any instructions or anything that come with it stay intact. Now another thing that I know, an accessory I already know I need, they make like little molds for the corners so you can stack these, so you can easily put them in your freezer or just to kind of prep them, and I definitely could use the counter space right now. Okay, extra freeze dry trays, so I'm actually going to leave these out because I know that we're immediately going to want to get a round of like real things to try, and I'm going to start with some fruit. So I'll leave these out, so hopefully we can prep some stuff tonight, get these in the freezer, and we can start with a frozen batch that apparently reduces the amount of time it takes to cycle the freeze dryer. I think we found a home for everything. I put the oil underneath the sink. I put the sealer, the Mylar bags, the oxygen absorbers down with my food saver, space saver bags. Those seem to go kind of in the same family. I'm just going to need to rearrange a couple other things. So yeah, I think we're good. We just have to wait for this to cool down. So I'll check back in with you when we're getting ready to load this up. Okay, we got the alert. Load trays into freeze dryer, close drain valve. I am like paranoid about this drain valve. It seems like it's really important, but it's closed. It's just like all over the instructions. So let's open her up. I don't know what I was expecting that to feel like. It says it's 43 degrees. Pretty much just feels like a refrigerator. I do think this basement kitchen is the perfect place for this though. It stays pretty temperature controlled. It's not like a garage where there's like lots of variability, but it stays cooler than the rest of the house. All right, we have the drain valve closed. We have a good seal on this. We have them loaded in. All right, and we're off. So we'll check in on this a few times. I did, because my office is down here, and well, we made the treadmill desk together, which I've been using so much. It's actually phenomenal. So I did some like sound tests, because online, when you're reading reviews of this, people say it's noisy, and that's hard for me. It's like the same thing as trying to pick out like a scent for a candle or a perfume online. Like, it's so variable. What's loud? Like, what does loud mean? So I think it'll be fine. You can definitely hear it. But the most similar sound that it reminds me of is a dehumidifier. So I don't know. My desk is maybe 20 feet away from here. There is a wall in between it, but there's also like an opening in the window. I really have like a church basement kitchen vibes going on down here, but it's definitely going to be doable. I'll probably wear my headset, but not too loud. So we'll let this do its thing, and we'll check back in as it kind of goes through its different cycles. Okay, so I got the alert. It told me to open the valve, and we're ready to check this out. Let's go. Okay, so upon initial assessment, it's looking like I thought it would. Let's get one of these trays out. Oh my, that's cold. All right. Wow. I would say that is freeze dried. Okay, so that is just a test run. They tell you to run bread through for your test run. So we are just going to pitch that. But all in all, we got set up. We got our first run done. I think we're ready to start using and preserving. I think my first project might be fruits. I also picked up some different organ meat that I think I want to powder, and you know, you can take like capsules of them instead of that. Just use them powdered to get all those nutrients in. So, success! We got our first round done. Thanks for watching me fumble through the instructions. I'm so excited to be on this journey with you. Let me know what you would like to see us freeze dry, and we'll make sure we get it on the channel. Thanks, and we'll see you back next time.